Have you ever spent a lot of hard-earned money on a Kickstarter and then promptly forgot about it for years? Well, that's exactly what happened to me with the Hagglethorn Hollow Kickstarter. Remember when Adam Savage visited Johnny Fraser Allen over at the Weta Workshop and they were talking about his brand new tabletop terrain? Well, I do, because that video is why I originally backed the Kickstarter. First off, let's take a look at this lovely little sundial statue set. Comes with a lot of lovely little statues, though be careful because these bits are a little bit prone to breaking. Don't ask me how I know that. And the main parts, however, are much more durable. I did fully give this the old testy. None of the bits broke off. So even though this isn't, obviously indestructible material like PVC, it's rather durable, and I don't think there's going to be any issues with chipping or breaking with extended use like you would have with some other terrain in this price range. All put together, the piece that I got is very visually striking. I think the biggest drawback is that it doesn't have the kind of play space that I really like. I think these pieces can be used individually or together, which is very nice. But there's really not a lot of real estate space considering how big this thing is. So, there's little inconsistencies here and there from the casting process, but overall, it is a solid, functional piece of terrain. Very large, so obviously, if you have issues with storage, you might want to just, avoid this one. Here I'm showing various parts where miniatures can fit on the terrain. And I greatly enjoy the simple but very nice looking color scheme of the brickwork. I am definitely going to steal this for future buildings. The more I look at it, the more ideas I have for puzzles involving the sundial and various statues. When I backed this project, I backed it because, clearly somebody had a lot of passion and they had a very specific vision for what they wanted. And until I got the physical thing, I didn't realize just how very specific that vision was. And I've actually really grown as a crafter in the time period that since the Kickstarter started and I first saw that video, and when I actually got the Kickstarted item, and when I finally got it in my hands, it's so specific to someone else's vision that, unfortunately, it's really not generic enough for me to, easily fit in to one of my games. So I actually have regrets for buying this. And, yeah, I mean, when I see it, automatically what I'm thinking now is I would have done this different, I would have done this different, I would have done this different. And it's just all these things that are just personal preferences that I don't think I had when I originally paid the money for this. This is an excellent bit of terrain, and I think I will keep it, but as a reminder that if I'm going to buy anything else in terms of terrain, I really need to buy stuff that's generic, that I'll easily be able to fit into my game. It's a lovely piece of art, and I will try to find a use for it in my game, but, I mean, it's just so specific, I probably shouldn't have bought this. But then again, back then, I had no idea I was going to be making stuff. Eventually, I want to build up to crafting something like this for my own specific purposes. And, I certainly have a need for terrain, I do a lot of events with the public, and I'm hoping eventually I'll be able to start doing those events again. I can't justify spending something that's someone else's very specific vision for how they wanted to play D&D and whatnot. And as cool as this piece is, it just doesn't fit into what I need from D&D anymore. It's so nice, and I think the people that are going to buy this are going to be incredibly into this. So I'm happy for them. As I look on it more and as I kind of get used to it more, I will come up with ideas of how I could use this one specific building for my D&D game. But until then, I think this is just going to be a shelf piece that I can just kind of remind myself, no more backing Kickstarters if you're not really sure that you're going to be 100% on board for this. And it's my goal now for when I build something like this that I'm going to make it my own. And I'm going to make improvements from what I see that will fit my game style better. Now, a lot of people, you'll probably look at this and you won't see any issues at all. And you'll probably say to yourself, this is perfect for what I want. This is amazing. I really want to buy this. Good on you. If you back the Kickstarter, I'm sure you're going to be very happy. The material is, durable. This is just, it is what you see on camera. It's a very nice piece. But yeah, I wish I would have not, I wish I would have not backed this, but, hindsight is 2020. Who you are in years past, even a few years past, I mean, that's going to be completely different than the person that you are now. So that's all I can say. Yeah, just something to think about in case anyone else is in a situation similar to mine.